So a lot of people who have an LLC come to us and ask, how do I actually set up an S Corp? And so what I want to do in today's video is walk you through the exact steps you need to take to form an S Corp in California. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is that an S Corp is simply a tax method. It's a tax election. You're not actually forming a brand new type of entity called an S Corp. What you're doing is taking your existing entity, whether that's a C Corp or an LLC, and electing to have it taxed as an S Corporation. And you do that with a specific form that we're going to get into in just a moment. My name is Erin. Welcome to LLC Deals. So nothing in this video is tax or legal advice. I'm not a CPA or attorney. This is purely educational and informational. Every business situation is different, and what applies to one person may not apply to you. Please consult a qualified CPA or tax professional before making any decisions about your business structure. All right, let's get into it. So the very first thing you need to do before anything else is form your actual business entity with the state of California. And this is really important. You need to do this first before you do anything else. The reason why this matters so much is that the IRS actually requires you to form your entity through your state before you apply for your EIN or make your S Corp election. If you don't form your entity with the state first, it can delay the entire process. So in California, you have two main options. You can form a corporation, which is a C Corp by default, or you can form an LLC. Either one can elect to be taxed as an S Corp. Most people starting out go with an LLC because it's simpler to manage and has fewer formalities. What matters for the S Corp election is not which entity type you choose, it's that you make the tax election correctly after the entity is formed. Now, I'm actually on Bizee right now, and I want to show you this because it makes the formation process really straightforward. So you can see right here on the screen, you select your entity type and your state. I've got S Corporation and California selected. Bizee was originally founded in 2004 as Inkfile and rebranded to Bizee in 2023. They've helped over 1 million entrepreneurs get their business started. And what's really great is that the basic package starts at $0. You just pay the California state fee on top of that. So looking at the pricing screen, we have $0 for basic, $199 for standard, and $299 for premium. And then we have the $105 California state fee. So for standard, you're looking at $304 total. You can see that right here at the summary. So here's what each package actually includes. Basic gets you the filing of your articles of incorporation, registered agent service for the first year, and a virtual address for the first month. Standard adds your EIN, corporate bylaws, lifetime compliance alerts, unlimited phone and email support, and your IRS Form 2553, which is the S Corp election form we're covering in step 3. Premium adds a domain name and a business email, a business phone number for the first year, and a few other advanced features on top of everything in standard. So if you want the S Corp election handled as part of your formation package, standard or premium is the way to go because the Form 2553 is included in both. The link to Bizee is in the description below. So once your entity is formed with the state, the next thing you need to do is get your EIN, your employer identification number. According to the IRS, your EIN is your business's identification number for federal tax purposes. Think of it like a social security number, but for your business. You're gonna need it to open a business bank account, run payroll, file your business tax returns, and operate as a legitimate business. Also, here is the good news. According to the IRS, getting your EIN is completely free. You never have to pay a fee for an EIN. So if you ever see a website charging you to get one, that is not the IRS. Always go directly to the official IRS website. According to the IRS, you can apply online, and if your application is approved, they will issue your EIN immediately. The whole thing takes just a few minutes. Now, there are a few important things to know. First, you need to complete the application in one session. You cannot save it and come back later. Second, it expires after 15 minutes of inactivity, so make sure you have everything ready before you start. And third, there is a daily limit of 1 EIN per responsible party per day. The online tool is available Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sunday from 6 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. To use the online tool, your principal place of business needs to be in the US or US territories, and you'll need the responsible party's social security number or individual taxpayer ID number. Now, if you went with the standard or premium package on Bizee, EIN filing is included in both packages, so that's another reason a lot of people just go that route instead of doing it manually. So now that you have your entity formed and your EIN, this is where you actually make the S Corp election. The form you use is IRS Form 2553, the election by a small business corporation. This is the form form that tells the IRS you want your corporation or LLC to be taxed as a S corporation. Without this form, your entity is not an S Corp for tax purposes. A lot of people miss this step or don't file it on time, and then they think they're operating as an S Corp when they actually aren't. Now, the timing rules here are really important. Generally speaking, you need to file Form 2553 no later than 2 months and 15 days after the beginning of the tax year you want the election to take effect. So if you want your S Corp election effective for the current tax year, you need to make sure you're filing within that window. Now, in California specifically, there's an additional step. California has its own S Corp election, Form 3560, which you file with the California Franchise Tax Board. California does not automatically recognize your federal S Corp election. You have to make the state election separately. And I also want to mention this because it catches a lot of California business owners off guard. California has both an $800 annual minimum franchise tax and a 1.5% personal property replacement tax on S Corp net income at the entity level. So even with the S Corp election, California has its own taxes at the corporate level that you need to factor into your decision. This is why it's so important to work with a CPA who can actually run your numbers and tell you if the S Corp makes sense for your situation. So once you have your EIN, you can go ahead and open your business bank account. And this step is really straightforward, but it's important not to skip it. You want to keep your business finances completely separate from your personal finances. This is important for a few reasons. First, it keeps your accounting clean and makes tax time much easier. Second, it maintains the legal separation between you and your business. And third, it just looks more professional when you're working with clients and vendors. When you go to the bank, you're typically going to need your EIN, your formation documents from the state, and your personal identification. Different banks have different requirements, so check ahead of time. So this step is California specific, and it's one that people often forget about. After you form your entity with the California Secretary of State, you're required to file a statement of information. For a corporation in California, you need to file your initial statement of information within 90 days of filing your articles of incorporation, and then every year after that. For an LLC, it's every 2 years. There is a filing fee associated with this, so verify the current amount directly on the California Secretary of State website when you're ready to file, since fees can change. Missing this filing can result in penalties and potentially having your entity suspended by the state. A suspended entity cannot legally conduct business in California, so this is not something to overlook. So now that everything is set up structurally, you need to set up payroll, and this is a requirement that comes directly from the S Corp structure. As an S Corp owner, you are required to pay yourself a reasonable salary. And to pay yourself a salary, you need actual payroll, not just a transfer of money to yourself. You need to be running legitimate payroll with proper withholding, tax deposits to the IRS on schedule, quarterly payroll returns, and W-2 preparation at year end. Most S Corp owners use a payroll service to handle this. The key thing to understand is that your salary is subject to payroll taxes, Social Security and Medicare, while your distributions are not. That split between salary and distributions is exactly where the S Corp tax savings come from. But the salary needs to be reasonable for the work you actually do. The IRS scrutinizes this specifically, so you don't try to pay yourself an unreasonably low salary just to minimize taxes. And the final step is understanding your annual filing requirements as an S Corp. As an S Corp, your business now files its own separate federal tax return every year, Form 1120S. This is separate from and on top of your personal income tax return. The S Corp itself generally does not pay federal income tax. Instead, income and losses pass through to the shareholders and get reported on their personal returns. But the 1120S still needs to be filed. The deadline for Form 1120S is generally March 15th for calendar year businesses, which is earlier than the April 15th personal return deadline. So make sure you or your CPA has that on the calendar. And in California, you'll also have your ongoing franchise tax obligations, the $800 minimum, and the 1.5% on net income we covered earlier. So to recap, form your entity with the state first, get your EIN from the IRS for free, file Form 2553 for your federal S Corp election, and Form 3560 for California. Open your business bank account, file your statement of information, set up payroll, and file your 1120S every year. If you want to get your entity formed without dealing with the paperwork yourself, Bizee is linked down below. They start at $0 plus the California state fee, and both the standard and premium packages include your EIN and Form 2553 filing. And please, before you make any of these decisions, talk to a CPA who knows your specific situation. This video is a starting point, not a substitute for professional advice. If you found found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. I'm Erin from LLC Deals. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.